Hello, my homies, and welcome back to another episode of the Please Do Tell podcast. I'm your homegirl, Ronnika, and I am with,
Hey, hey, it's me, it's Jeffrey. Hey, hey, I'm here. We're back, we're back, we're back.
like we never left.
Oh,
You
I
probably
didn't.
just heard us. I mean, hello, you probably just heard us on Friday. If you haven't, we did drop a special episode. I would say a special episode on Friday because we were talking about the verses. And if you did not watch it, I would say go back and watch it because then you will not get the jokes that are all over the internet. So yeah, go back and watch that, or hopefully you would have watched it by now. But Jeffrey, this is the last day of Women's History Month
Yes, it is.
that this episode will be premiering. So how are you feeling? How has the month treated you? What has this month brought for you?
Month's been crazy. I'm always gonna say something's crazy, but
Mhm.
um I went on vacation. So, y'all gonna hear me talk about this until I take another one because I didn't know how important it was. But
Oof. Yeah.
they are important. I'm kind of on a vacation hangover. Because it's kinda typically, with not taking work off, you don't have an opportunity to adjust, but I don't wanna start back up working. So, I don't know, I gotta figure it out, I was on a mission, I don't know. So, yeah, the last
Uh,
few days have been very hard to restart I feel like a '85 Buick when you gotta pat it, you gotta pat it just to, crank it up just to get the car moving.
Give it
So,
a little
yeah,
gas.
yeah,
Give it a little gas. Yes. Oh
yeah.
my gosh, those were the days.
So I had to put a
Oh
little gas
man.
in my carburetor, get it moving.
Had to do to start our cars and oh my gosh, will this generation ever understand?
Be like, "Oh, you gotta pat it." "What do you mean pat it?" No. I mentioned '85 Buick because I had an '85 Buick,
Mhm.
but I remember in the morning time, you pat it, but it was a X amount of pats because if you
Yes.
do too many, you'll flood that
Flood it.
carburetor. Yep, and then
Yep.
now you gotta sit there an hour or 2 and wait till the car has basically digested the gas that you didn't put too much in the motor and it then seep back. So, yeah. Those were the days. Those were the days, man, where you had to
Woo!
know,
You
or,
had to.
they could take off the front part and then put the wires, start the car with the wires. Come on now. Yeah. Nostalgia. Since we talking about, Versus and how they were talking about, the throwbacks with Tank and Tyrese.
Mhm.
Nostalgia is the old school cars where you gotta pat with the
Yes.
carburetor. Cars don't even have carburetors these days.
Oh my gosh. Just the amount of information and knowledge that I got from just my dad just tinkering around on cars. He used to be like, "So you know how to check your oil?" Like, nowadays they like, they not checking it at all.
Come on now.
They look they not even paying attention to lights. Yeah, we talking about y'all. We talking about y'all kids. But
Look,
yes, they're not even
look,
paying attention to
look,
lights.
I was young. Look, I actually cracked the motor because I didn't put enough oil in the car in the engine, but it wasn't a car. It actually was a lawnmower, a riding lawnmower. I was working for I was working outdoor maintenance job. And
Mhm.
all I did was cut grass most of the time, edging, hedge clippers or hedge clipping. Um, I made the turnaround. I forget it was like 11:30 in the afternoon in the summer, so it's like 95 degrees. I flipped around on that lawnmower and I heard, I'm like, "What is this?" So I tried to look. I did the little troubleshooting that I had known before. And then you gotta go get help now because this mug is not
Mhm.
moving. And you can't move a riding lawnmower when you're 19 years old and it weighs 2,500 pounds, okay? So, no, was not an option. So, I went to go get my supervisor at the time, and he was like, There's no oil in it. He said the piston and tried to jump out of the motor. It was too hot. And so I think it cost him like $3,500 to get that motor replaced. Sure did. It was like my first big mistake at work. Yeah. Yeah. So
We used to
I
see you out there. That used to be so funny. I seen your partner out there cutting grass. At least he working.
throw my
Thanks,
hand up.
Dad.
Look,
Thanks, Dad. Yep.
everybody
He beep, beep. Yeah,
everybody was
yeah,
low. You
yeah,
throw your hand up. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I don't
I've
have a clue who you
acknowledged. I
are.
don't know who you are, but I've acknowledged that you acknowledged me.
Correct.
There
Correct.
we go.
Correct. Correct. Yeah, look, that was a little story time right there.
Damn. Okay. So for me, it was also vacation at the beginning of the month, and I too also thought, my God, when was the last time you did this? When was the last time you disconnected, you enjoyed yourself, you just really was alone with your thoughts sometimes? Um, in a good way though, like just reflection.
Did you I'm
Huh?
sorry. Never
No,
mind.
go ahead. Ask your question.
I was just gonna say, because you went at the beginning of the month, or was it the end of February
It
on
was the
vacation?
end of February going into March. Yeah. 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 Yes. No. Um, and I thought that and it was very hard for me to get back into the groove of things for work. It was very hard. Sometimes I still sit at my desk like, "Yeah, I did everything right today, right? I
Right, right, right.
everything. I didn't I'm not am I questioning myself?" So, I need to do more vacations, and that was the shift for me. I've started I'm gonna restart it in April, but I've started a declutter challenge and you just never know what you can collect just over the first quarter. Where is it mail or because I'm like, why are people still sending me stuff? But mail, clothes, you're like, ooh, I've outgrown this. There's a season for me to get rid of this. So that's what the shift has been for me this month. Not only us starting a new season, but also me saying like, "I don't need that. Nope, I don't need it."
Mm. Well, that's a good thing. Look,
Mhm.
that and you did it in the first quarter.
Mhm.
So that's what
Amen.
we call that God's work.
Amen. Just like my annuals, doctor, mammogram, eye doctor, dentist isn't until May. But yeah, just trying to get stuff done.
Look, that's how I end up going on vacation, because I did the doctor thing early this
Mm.
year. Yep.
Mhm.
Like, come on now. Let's get it over with.
Uh, so we spent this month talking about the women who raised us. Today we're talking about who we're becoming because of them. So, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. You ready?
All right. So we're gonna go straight into story time. Because of her, I am. And it's for me, it's a defining moment where a woman shaped my identity or a trait you carry that you know came from her. Um, I'm gonna say when it comes to leadership, a defining moment for me was my accident in North Carolina was March 2nd, 2010. And I was working for Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina, and at the time, my supervisor was a black woman. Um, how tall is Miss Jackie? She probably 4'10", but you don't mess
Mhm.
with her. Um, absolute goddess, beautiful skin. As my sister would say, Miss Jackie's skin is just gorgeous.
Mhm.
She showed me what leadership was in a crisis because it was my crisis, and how she had that entire building, that department, um, rally for me. She made sure I had pajamas. She made sure because she was like, "I don't want her sitting in that until especially until her family comes. We wanna make sure because I'm from Michigan. I was living and going to school in North Carolina. So she said, until her family gets here, I want to make sure that we're her family when they are here. So we want to make sure we support the family when they get here. So she went out and she bought me pajamas because she said, I don't think she needs to be comfortable in that bed. She doesn't need to be in a hospital gown. Um, she had people that had enough PTO, to donate it to me because this was before FMLA or anything like that. Um, so I didn't have to really go. I couldn't I didn't want for anything. And her leadership as far as who we were some now, Jeffrey, think about us being young millennials, thinking we're professionals, and we still got a little hot head. We still got a little, still got a little fire in us. So it was like
So what got
herding
this
cats,
class?
right? Like we still got that in us, and it was almost like herding cats. But she did it so well. But the way that she advocated for us, and even those times where we thought that she wasn't, but then it's like, "Oh, wait, did she orchestrated all this?" Because she was so tough on us, especially us, the Black women on her team. And now that I look back on it, it's so many things that I as far as compassion and I'm still working on the being direct because sometimes I could talk in a riddle or I can go sideways with it, but she was very direct. She is very direct. But she loves hard. She's like, "If I support you, I wanna see you shine." I remember when I told her that I was gonna leave shortly after my accident, I said, "I think I wanna just go to school full time and be an AmeriCorps member," and she was like, "I want you to do what's best for you."
That's what's up.
And I remember when, um so I wrote a children's book, Adventures of Alley Cats, The Missing President. Um, Miss Jackie has bought several copies. She was given away as gifts, and I still in on her, she checks in on me. I know she recently retired, but, when it comes to leadership and seeing, because I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, it's hard to work for a Black woman, it's hard to work for a Black woman." I don't really have that experience. I don't, and I'm thankful for, Mrs. Jackie Yours.
Well, now I have a question for you. Did you how long before your accident, how long was she your boss prior?
Let's see, I started it was maybe a year and a half?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Gosh, I was there that long. Yeah. Yeah, it was a year and a half.
Okay. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you had a chance to build some rapport and then you had a chance to build rapport or destroy rapport.
Mhm,
And she
mhm,
still was there to make sure that she was going to support instead of being a negative drag. So that's pretty cool.
mhm,
That's pretty cool because you know sometimes that don't be that way. You
mhm,
know, I know I've been in situations where someone look like you and then they're hard on you, but it's almost as if it's like a competition,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
So I'm glad that you had a support system. But you know, that's women. You know, that's women. And I was gonna segue into as in uh I actually had looked at like three things because I knew it was like the last day for us to really highlight Women's History Month. And so
mhm.
I came up with like three things that's like important, and then I'm gonna segue into like my person,
Okay.
because this person fits that. Um, the importance of a woman, one is that they're not invisible. There's times that we can see women as being invisible. Um, Men are the majority, and so it's easy when you're not the majority for you to when you it's easy for when you're the majority for you to overlook, you know, others. So from that standpoint, being not invisible. Also, when it comes to a woman, is the importance of their presence. Their presence is their perspective. A woman's perspective, opinion, conversation, it is totally different than a man. And so it's important to highlight those differences. Not saying that because typically when we think of different, we think of of a negative, but
Mhm.
actually differences actually enrich us. And then the third thing is love. And the reason
Mm.
why I say love with women is because love is when I think of love, I think of compassion. And no one has compassion more than women. Because men will just walk all over you. And you can have some women that'll walk all over you, but even when that they'll see you being walked on by another woman, a woman will come out of the distance and say they'll help you up,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so those are the important 3 things I wanted to stick out or point out. And so the first person that I thought of that actually jumped off the page to me, was my 10th grade teacher. My 10th grade English teacher, which was Miss, Carolyn Walton. And, the reason why I use Miss Carolyn Walton as an example, is she taught me 3 things. 1, to be myself, she helped me with relationships, and she helped me with excellence, as in how to move towards excellence. Not saying I hadn't had those things before, but it's nothing like someone that don't know you to push you towards excellence. Because 'Cause you're like,
Mhm.
"Well, why did you choose me?" You know what I'm saying? And it would be easy for her to explain, not just to me, but to others, "This is the reason why I chose." So, um, the one when it was about being myself is, you transition as a 10th grader, you're talking about, it's adolescence, sex education, you got
Mhm.
all the, it's a lot of moving pieces, during this period of time. And so what she did is, I used to, along with a couple of my friends, we actually would eat lunch in this teacher's, room during the lunch period. And by seeing her and her colleague, which is Miss Ely, and
Mhm.
I'm not using Miss Ely this time because Miss Ely, I'm gonna use you for something else. Believe me, you know we tight. You know we tight. But, Miss Walton, I got an opportunity to see black professionals, moving, in a professional setting. She was my teacher, but she didn't dress like a teacher. She dressed like she was a business professional.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I don't know why she did that, but I'm gonna assume the reason why she did that is because she knew that she had a myriad of students that's gonna have different professions. Whether you're gonna be a mailman, a dropout, or a doctor, I'm still gonna talk to you about prepositions. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point in your life. So, she taught me to be myself. She helped me with relationships. Actually, my first stalker in high school, actually was in her class. And, I didn't really know how to handle it. And, you didn't wanna go home and say, "Oh, somebody stalked you," because I was raised by a bunch of women. I don't know how this is gonna go, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
they may come to the school to approach. I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go. But I remember, letting Miss Walton know, and she said, "Jeffrey, you let me handle this." So, all right, that was easy, and she said that she was gonna handle it, and then later that day, she actually said, "I'm gonna come after school," and then she actually pulled me to the side, and, "I'm gonna walk you through what you need to say to her because I don't fight your battles." She said, "I would be wrong if I'm gonna fight a young man that's gonna grow up to be a man's battle. So this is not gonna be your first, and it's not gonna be your last, but you need to be able to have a conversation about it." And which is crazy because this stalker was next level, y'all. What I mean next level, like, not only was I in class with her Monday through Friday, but she popped up at church, like, that Sunday. It was like, "What is going on?" Like, "How did you even know what church I was at?" You know what I'm saying? "How you know I go to church?" I'm a heathen. No, but long story short, Miss Walton approached me on it and was like, "Hey, this is what you need to do." So I'll never forget. It was a half day of school, and she came to give me a hug, and I stopped her in her track, like, "Stop in the name of love." I shut her down, like, "Hey, I don't like you like that." And Miss Walton, as the English teacher, she said, "You just got to be able to explain yourself. Don't BS around with it, explain yourself." And I wouldn't tell you a word of lie. I explained myself, she was gone from the school in, like, 3 weeks. never popped back up at the church. Yeah, it was crazy. So, yeah, Miss Walton taught me that, she helped me with those relationships. And then the third and final thing is I talked about was excellence. Striving for excellence as in, I believe that I'm a better writer today because of Miss Walton. I got a college degree, y'all, because Miss Walton helped me, create, structured sentences. And let's call it what it is, like this brass tacks. So, um, I definitely wanna highlight Miss Walton, as my person for the last person for the month of March, or when it comes to Women's History Month.
That was really good. Yeah, that was good, especially with, using Miss Walton and Miss Ely. Um, Me being a Dell teen back then and then now both of them are my sorors, it's, like, really cool.
Absolutely,
Yeah, but I had
absolutely.
that example of I was like, "Man, I think confident women are deltas." Like, that was my thinking back then and even
Got
now,
you.
so
Wow,
yep,
wow.
that's a good one.
Okay
Okay.
now, alright.
You all it's
Look,
one of
took
our
me to a place.
favorites.
Look, and when we say
It did.
and typically, if you know us, or if you don't know the area, I should say, when you say Miss Walton, you typically say Miss Ely in the same sentence
Mhm,
because
mhm.
these were these were black women of excellence. Their classrooms right next door to each other. One was English, the other was government. It was like whatever you needed in this little corridor right here by the courtyard. If you know, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Then
yeah.
they were going to take care of you. They're going to put you
Mhm.
under their wing, and so I'm very very appreciative for both. Actually,
Thank you.
my first job is because of Miss Ely, but so I told you I got a whole story.
Thank you, mug.
Yeah,
Okay,
right,
so
right.
if you know, you
I know,
know.
yeah. Ah,
So,
uh,
it's our favorite segment. You
which
ready?
what is the favorite segment?
I mean, all of them are, but this one really is because it's the playground, you know?
You playground. Not the song today.
I was like, "Imma leave that I'm just trying to pull it out of you, just trying to pull it out of you. Come on."
I don't own the rights to that music.
Don't nobody, I done already checked. Don't nobody, I done checked.
So we ain't trying to be sued. We just told you
Nope.
about English and government. Come on now.
Ah, alright, so bring back bring it back to childhood. So,
Mhm.
a moment where you watched a woman handle something hard, what you thought at the time versus what you understood now.
Time that I remember, I was in 7th grade. Um, I was 7th going to 8th grade, and, my mom used to work all the time, but, she had to have foot surgery, and in this process of foot surgery, she, obviously got on medical leave. Well, there was enough pressure in the banking industry where they were like, "Well, you need to come back to work." Now, we know now you get sued for something like that, but we're talking about the
Mhm.
early '90s, they didn't really care, and still the workforce when it comes to women. Well, it was enough that after 25 years, they were like they gave her ultimatum, "Come to work or we're gonna dismiss you."
Hmm.
And so, they actually dismissed her from work. She's like, "You ain't gonna give me an ultimatum." Look, she still had a little college in her too.
Mhm.
You're not gonna give me an ultimatum, but, you know, with dominoes, when they fall, everything falls. So,
Yeah,
by
yeah.
doing so, I was scheduled to go to, like, a basketball camp at the University of Michigan with a bunch of my friends, that I grew up with, and I remember, like, maybe 3 weeks before we were supposed to go, my mom came to me and was like, "I can't afford it." And, that was, like, probably I grew up poor, but I knew not to ask for stuff that we couldn't afford.
Mhm.
So I had never really been told no to something. And then being that, you're growing up, you're going into adolescence, so you really wanna stick with your peers. And so, I wasn't able to go. In short, and then it became a whole thing that I found out another one of my friends wasn't able to go, but I wasn't as close to them. I felt a certain way, but what I did see later on is I saw my mom fight back into the work industry, into the workforce, I should say. As in, like, within 6 months, was back working, until the day she passed away, realistically. But it showed me that even when life put things in front of you, it may be the right thing, i.e., having surgery because it's an ailment, things of that
Mhm.
nature. And then you're given lemons, because we want you back to work. But
Yeah.
it taught me the life lesson of sometimes you got to do what's best for you. And what's best for you don't always mean great times immediately.
Mm.
So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Don't me.
Okay.
That
You
mean, hey,
bringing the
y'all.
heat today.
I was gonna say that mean her antennas is going crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. I think this podcast more than anything has really helped me to be very vulnerable. And I know for sure since Jeffrey and I have been doing it, I've become more vulnerable because I kept going back and forth like, am I gonna tell this story? It was really hard to watch my mom separate from my dad.
How old were you?
12.
Damn.
My granny had just died, my dad's mom, going into the 7th grade, and they're separating. And then it was my mom had left her the only job that I've known her to have in retail. She was like, I'm done, like, I'm retiring from that. And just the different pivots in her career that she did on the way up to me graduating high school that I was like, "These are, like, big adult moves." Like, it I know it was a lot, and she did it with such grace. But then I also, you always and that for myself, I'm always trying to go in and help someone, that compassionate side, that level 4 of me, um, is that I didn't understand it then, but I get it now, that she was just trying to do what she had to do to survive for me and her, because I was the last one in the house, and till to this day, she would sacrifice her last for us, and I didn't realize then what she was sacrificing for all of us, that, we were able to do a lot of the things that we were able to do even to this day, so, um, yeah, but it was a lotta life changes within a year or 2 for us, and I was on that roller coaster with her, but I didn't understand it, but I said, "Well, she guiding it, we're gonna be alright."
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, just the look, I was talking to one of my friends, I was in, California. I was talking, and I call them friends now because, I don't believe in meeting strangers like that, so
Mhm,
just keep talking and hours go by, and I was trying not to, like, talk about my mama, but then we're kinda like you're talking, but you're kinda doing a comparison, contrast of, like, family, and so my one friend was like, "Damn, your mama did everything," and so I try to pull back sometimes because,
mhm,
I think that she was amazing.
mhm.
Well, I know I'm a product. So, but the way I tell the story, you'd be like, "What?" Like
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
those. But
yeah,
I'd be like, just refer to one of my friends." Like, they'll tell you, like, I'm only gonna hype this up. I'm only gonna
yeah,
hype it up, you know what I mean? I was talking, my friend was like, "Damn, your mama worked there too for how many years? And
right.
then you said this job for how many years?" I said, "Yeah, she just love to work, dog. Like, she just
I'm
love to
telling
work,
you,
man."
every
It's
time you
crazy.
was like, "Yeah, well, I'm at a job." I'm like, "Which one?" I feel like at one time it was 3, and 3 including, like, being the church secretary, because you all know that is a job.
Church secretary and pastor secretary. They
See?
were 2 separate positions. How you gonna have 2 separate positions and they volunteer? Anyway, next subject, this so, look, I was explaining to my friend, they was like, "Why you be working so much?" I said, "Actually, I think I'm in a cult. I think I'm in a cult. I was raised this way, like, you know, for these last couple days, I have a vacation hangover, it's a different feeling because I'm like,
Yes.
"What is this?"
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
I was like, "I wanna go again.
right.
Let's do it. Sign me up now."
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah, yeah, I'm still on that. Like, what did I tell the Heartbeats? Because that's who I went on vacation with. I said, "I wonder what Juan is doing," because we had our chef. He was our personal chef, Juan. I said, "Man, I wonder what Juan's doing. I wonder what Juan's making for dinner."
Working. Juan's still working. It wasn't nice for Juan. Juan said, "Hell, I had to work."
Well, well,
Good thing they like
Juan
fruit.
loved us, okay?
That's
Yes.
what's up. That's what's up.
Oh gosh. Oh, that was a good one. See, that's why that's one of our favorites. So now we move on to culture check. The evolution of black women. Dun dun. Okay, me and my sound effects. Okay, this
Yeah, I
evening.
was gonna say I missed it this week, bro. When I was writing, I literally was writing, y'all. I was like, "Did I miss rapid fire?" No, but I was like, "She done came up with a new sound this week. Did I miss it?"
If
I
I stand
literally
up
thought
and you
so.
see my shirt, listen, Jeffrey, not today.
Now
Not today.
we like the twins with these shirts, so, I got one on too. And it was crazy because I almost didn't put it on, man. Back on my BS.
Yes.
Yeah, 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 if y'all know us, we love us a shirt. Oh, so so if you wanna pass some shirts, just send them and we
We
will
gonna
wear your
wear them.
shirt. Yes, we
Cause
will.
here's the thing, I was thinking today, I said, "Damn," cause I mean, the shirts that I buy are unisex, so, even if I go to visit somebody and I leave it, anybody can wear it. So, I was in my room today and I was like, "Damn, where's my Protect Black Women shirt?"
It almost went to, California last week. Actually pulled it out and said, "No, let me put it back in." Let me just put it back in so I can have it when I get back.
Gosh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And look, that's crazy because, you gave me that shirt, Protect Black Women, and then, our friend Tanisha, she gave me so y'all look, it's like 4 of us, we call each other the We Cares committee. Alright, We Cares came out of watching football and said that, "Hey, we see homeless people in Michigan, in our area that we were in Michigan," and said, "Hey, we wanna do something for them." So we came up with a bunch of, like, material, like, I don't wanna say yarn, but, it was basically material, and then we tied the blankets
The
together and made
fabric,
these
yeah.
fabric, that's the word. Yeah, I'm slow, y'all.
It's
But
okay.
it's, fabric, and so, instead of, like, doing it with an organization, we just had one of our friends, we just passed out the blankets to people. And so we came up with that with a We Cares committee, you know what I'm saying? So that's how we end up coming up with the We Cares. But where was I going with
Oh
that?
gosh.
Where was I going with the We
The
Cares?
T-shirts. Tanisha gave you a T-shirt.
Yeah. So, one of our other friend that's, her name's Tanisha, um her and our friend from Texas, Ronnika, they came and visit me here in New York. And so our friend from Louisiana, Tanisha, she was like, "Oh, well, I seen her shirt and it was the continent of Africa and it's just as fuchsia pink as it is." And I said, "You know what? I love that sweater." and I can go in there right now. She gave me that sweater right off her back.
Shit.
I got that sweater. I got the sweater. I got yours, and I'm waiting on Demita's.
Demeter.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting on my T-shirt. I'm waiting on my T-shirt. But, yeah, I do. I have that sweater. I'm gonna wear it maybe one of these weeks.
Still,
I shoulda
even
did it
if
for a Valentine's Day.
her birthday's coming up.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Boom. Boom. Shout out.
Mhm,
Yeah, that's it.
mhm.
That's it. That's
Yep.
it.
Alright. Alright, y'all, culture check. We're back. The evolution of Black women. So we're gonna compare generations. Ooh, here we go. Grandmothers with survival mode, mothers balancing everything, and our generation healing, boundaries, and visibility.
Is that your
Oof.
is that your choice, or is that what you're saying? Or because I definitely have an opinion about all of that.
Okay, well, go ahead.
I mean, I think that, I mean, grandmothers I think grandmothers was more or less, I don't wanna just say in survival, but, like, keep together. Because so many of the generation before was, like, Great Migration, so people were, like, moving all over the country, so it's like, keep your people together. Like, we're one generation from slavery, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? From enslavement, and a lot of people don't know that, like, we're only 2, 3 generations away, you know what I'm saying? Like, due to history. Uh, I think that, and I always said this, that our parents' generation, I don't wanna just put it on women, but I believe that our parents' generation, man and woman, kind of failed us. And what I mean
Mm,
by that is they kinda went into an American value system of individualism. And that individualism for, I'm gonna say, for white. The individualism for whites made it where, we're gonna make sure that the man is successful and the woman is kinda behind. And what I mean by kinda behind, in 1975, women couldn't even open up, their own business. So we're not even, I mean, we're talking about 51 years ago that women couldn't even, so there's no woman business owners over 75 years, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's obviously you're starting from the behind. Um, um, and so I just really felt like that system really wasn't set up for success when it comes to women. And then when it comes to the black community, if you weren't married, then a man couldn't even be in your household if you had kids. So they would come if you were receiving state assistance, then they would come in your house and make sure a man wasn't there. So now the what they've done is they've created an environment where I can't be with you. I can't be with you or I'm gonna hide. So I think that's why you get a lot of, like, dysfunctionality in what we call families now, because the only way to stick around is he had to, but then he had to make sure he didn't leave drawers in the in the drawer, because if that was the case, then you would lose your funding. I actually was looking at a old it was on YouTube. It was a family back in the 60s and 70s, and they were proud that they weren't on any state assistance. And I understood that because I remember my grandma was like, "No, you don't get on that state assistance. People get in your house, they in your business, things of that nature." So I remember hearing that, but I see how things have evolved where all of a sudden that's not so much of the case. But that don't mean that the kids didn't grow up over the last 20 years of thinking of separatism. So people that's 10 years older than me, it was okay for them not to have a man in the house, even though that's your daddy. Like that's of course that's dysfunctional. So I think that that dysfunctionality led to our current generation where you talking about healing, boundaries, and visibility. I believe that those are maybe the three things we need, but it's
mhm.
damn showing what we have from our women. Because women don't even want to cook, and I know that that was gonna be like, "Oh, I can't believe he said about cooking," but as a man, even as a man, I had to learn how to cook. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember as a value system, my grandma was like, "Oh, you don't have to learn." But over time, as things evolve, we all have to learn to do that, you know?
Mhm.
And now it's almost used as a badge of honor for me not to than it is because no one's gonna tell me what to do. Well, you go back and forth and we talk about, well, there's a lot of that's why people are single versus people being in relationships or people being
Mhm.
married because
Mhm.
we come 10 toes down on what I'm going to do, like that millennial that you mentioned earlier that, hey, I'll walk out this class. I'll
Yeah.
pick up this
Yeah.
job. Well,
Mhm.
I think that family is sacrifice, and that's something that we've sacrificed is our family, if that makes sense. And I'm gonna say it again. Family equals sacrifice, and, what we've done is sacrifice our family for individualism.
Mm.
So,
Hmm.
that's where I come with the culture check this week. When you said those 3 things, I'm like, I don't see that, but
Ooh.
yeah, yeah. And I mentioned the thing about the food because it is, like, kinda basic, like, if we're gonna say that we're gonna strive in, our grandmothers and our mothers, then that's kinda like one basic thing, taking care of your family. I mean, that's pretty important, and I see a lack thereof, as we said before about taking care of our family, so
I mean, you are a good cook. I mean, I don't
but
see
I
no
just
problem.
learned like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that hard. I got 2 left
Mm-mm.
feet. I don't know how to dance,
That's true.
but I still was at the club.
That's true.
So it gets underneath my skin, and I do it, and I don't do it enough, because I have a lot of female friends, and I don't wanna lose them over time. But I just think there's certain things that my grandma and my great-grandma taught me that I seen from women, I just don't see enough of it. So 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 one would say Happy Women's History Month. I'm not trying to be controversial, but I am sweating like a preacher.
Jeez. That
Mm-mm.
made me think about, my cousin Perry, God rest his soul. Um, he was like, "Man, all the girls wanna do is eat buffalo wings and rotel.
Come on now.
They don't even know how to cook no more, cuz." He said, I was over there, I told her, I said, "You know what, Imma come over, Imma make a steak, some mashed potatoes, some greens," and she was like, "You know how to do all of that?"
What? Oh, okay.
He said, "A man gotta eat. I can't." He said, "I ain't gon" Rotel and buffalo wings?
So we might as well go to, let me a throwback, Hacienda. We might as well go to Hacienda, and then you got people saying that they don't wanna go to, Cheesecake Factory because it's too cheap. What are you talking about? You can't even boil water. You don't even
No way.
you don't even make good broccoli, and all you need is water and heat, okay? Shoot, get
Huh.
outta here. Come on now.
So when I think about grandmothers, I think about, not so I think about hustlers. And I know for a lot of people, like, "Ugh," hustlers, like oh my gosh, we even told this story at, my grandmother's funeral, my mom's mom, about she was a great cook, phenomenal, had a soul food restaurant and everything. And she was like, "Push come to shove, I know how to make some money. I got some, go get me some containers, some to-go containers from, Gordon's, and I'm finna sell some plates." So I seen it. I see people do it all the time now, and I mean, now it's a little ridiculous because 'cause I'm like, most of y'all them plates is not looking good. But, she would get in that kitchen and easily in a weekend make $1,000.
Know enough people, put out enough good food, people gonna come. And that's a skill set. I look over here on, East Coast, and I look, a skill set is how to drive.
Mhm.
That's a skill set to put in your
Yeah.
toolbox that you just don't know, learning at 14 that you probably gonna use all the way to 80. That skill set is 60 something years in
Listen.
your bank, okay?
Listen. Oh, mothers. Now, I do agree with the balancing everything because I saw it with my own mom. Um, but what I learned when it comes to the boundaries and healing is that I don't have to balance everything. I don't.
Right.
I do not. What they say, especially after this last election is like, we ain't got it. We ain't got it. We ain't got it to give. We ain't got it. That's on you, little cuz. Well, don't you wanna no, I'm tired.
Well, I
We
mean,
ain't got
look,
it.
I mean, women are going to, uh, that's it's the backbone that keeps us together because men ain't gonna do nothing but spat and play all day. You know what I'm saying? Like we either gonna fight or we gonna play. It's one or the other. And women can kind of help, focus, narrow that focus down. So it's important. It's important.
Mhm.
Whether whatever side of the spectrum that you're on, it's important to have women around you. So
Absolutely. There
yeah,
you go. So
yeah.
that's what we're unlearning is like, we ain't saving you hoes. Okay. So now we're gonna go on to our real talk moment.
Hold on, before we
Uh
go there, I just want to
yeah.
say one thing before we go.
Okay.
Because I know we said, well, how black women or how women are redefining things right now. Um, I like that I would say in the last prior to the last 5 years, I would say leading up to 2020, you were having a lot of strides where, again, I said women could even buy or start their own business in 75, and in 2020, it was a was the vice president. So that
Mhm.
is how dramatic things have changed. So I think that we continue to redefine, but I do not want to splash water on progress because progress is just what it is. It's progress. Eh, I mean, you're moving forward. So I think that I know that people say, oh, well, DEI this or, women history this. Those things are important. And if you don't highlight people their most important thing, then they don't care about you. And they have every right not to care about you. I'm going to take it another step. If you don't care about me, then I'm damn sure not going to care about you. And then
Mm.
women are they're the conduits to life. Like if without a woman, you can't have kids. Like, come on, man. Yeah. Like, what are we talking about here? It's crazy. Like, we are crazy. What are you in the words of, Coach Harvey, "What are you, a monster? What do you think we're gonna do?" I know they're coming up with everything, but you can't do much without a woman, I'm just telling you. So,
Done. Okay. I'm just
alright, that was my ending.
Ooh, wee.
I was hot, I was hot.
That was, I mean, whoa. Um, real talk moment. What we didn't say thank you for. Oof.
To women?
It says share something you never properly thanked a woman for, or something you didn't understand until it was too late.
Um, Want me to go or you?
If you're ready, you can go.
Um, because I actually wrote this a couple weeks ago.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
Um, alright, y'all, as Ronnika said about vulnerability.
Ooh.
So, I got an opportunity where I was approached about a job, blah, blah, blah. I decided to go through the process because if you know me, I damn sure ain't turned down no job interview because why would I? I'm talking about me. Like, come on now. It's the best time. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, if you need any help with interviews, inbox me. I got you.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I'm gonna take on this role. But I was like, I could do this role like I feel kind of in my sleep. And, the pay wasn't that great, so I was just like, I was, one of those moments where you think you're better than. And I was walking down the street, I was walking my dog, and I walked around the corner. I was like, "Man, what am I gonna do with this job?" And all of a sudden, I heard my mama pop in my head and said, "You better get up off your ass and take that job." I was like, "Damn," like, but it wasn't like it was a need. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that I need it. But she was like, "But for you to go through that opportunity, then you might as well seize it, and then you can determine when it's time for you to make a move and go in a different direction. However, for you to put yourself out there, gain the opportunity, come on now, as she would tell me prior, you don't quit a job before you get a job. All right. So from that standpoint,
Yeah.
obviously I hadn't quit my previous job, but I was gonna get another job, but I was like just kind of going back and forth, and it was almost as if I felt even to myself as I was just kind of like picking my nose or flicking my nose at the job. And I needed to hear that. And as soon as I walked around the corner, now my mama, obviously, she's deceased. She hasn't been in New York, I don't think. Well, actually, her ashes is over here on the
Mm,
back on the backside, but she hasn't been walking around in New York, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. And so
mm,
that's the thing that popped in my head, um, where, you thank for those moments because I felt like I was going into, um, like being a snob when it came to the job. And then I was just like, "Nah, nah," because you gotta remember, it's not about you and how you it's not about you. It's the impact that you do in the job. I work with youth, so
mhm.
that's the goal, not to, like, BS it. So I heard her loud and clear, like, "Get your boom boom together." And I was like, "Well, I don't want you to just pop up on me next, so
Yeah.
I gotta, pick up
Alright,
my
okay.
look, I gotta pick up my pick of the pencils and get to work." So, yeah.
Okay. Um, when I was living and working in, Dallas, I would say the second go around. The second go around in Dallas was for a job, and I remember it was about, oh, I think it was 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, so it was 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and my Grammy called me, and she said, first of all, I'm looking at the time like, is she, like, butt dialing me or like, what could this be? So she's calling me and she said, "Oh, you're up." I said, "Yeah, I'm up. I just got home from work." "From work? This late?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "And it's a Saturday." "I know. I gotta work tomorrow too." "On the Lord's Day?" I said, "Yeah." "What kind of place you working at?" I said, it's a theater." Yeah, and she said, "You don't sound happy." "Oh, you can't be working nowhere where it's gonna take you away from the Lord." And that's
Mm,
what it sound like. Then I was telling her about, the Final 48 project, which I started, which was the journey of grief in the Black community, and I said, "I really wanna tell stories, Grammy, that's what I wanna do." She said, "Well, you ain't gonna be," she said, "You ain't gonna be able to tell your own story in a minute because 'cause you're gonna work yourself to death." And maybe I know I started looking for another job, but then it just so happened they laid me off and I was able to get a severance package, and then I moved back to Michigan. But I don't think I ever really thanked her for the advice she gave me that night, and then, once I got back to Michigan, well, maybe a year into me getting back, and I was over her house, and she was telling me um, how to support someone when they're grieving with scripture. She said, "If they're a believer, then this is how you back it up with scripture," but not knowing that, what, almost 10 years later, I would need to use all of that advice that she gave me that afternoon in my current role. She said, "You just have to be a good listener, baby. You gotta be a good listener. When people are grieving, they just wanna talk."
right, right.
And that's a lot of what I do now is I'm listening.
Mhm.
So, I don't know if I ever really thanked her. I would say I don't think I thanked her. enough for that because of course, the lessons I keep getting those reminders, but yeah, I don't think I knew the impact of everything that she was telling me then until since she's been gone.
Yeah, I live by that, I've been living by that, and I think it was kinda raised we don't work on Sunday.
Mm, mhm.
No,
Yeah,
not on
yeah.
Sundays, and I love football, so 1-11, so they call me now, and uh,
Mhm.
I am a jerk on Sundays, like, handle it.
Yes. Get someone else to do it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So I'm with your grandma on that. Not on a Sunday?
She said,
Yeah.
"What? So when do you get a day off?" I said, "It's crazy." I said, "Last hire." She said, uh-uh. You need
Mm-mm.
to go straight to HR." So I know that's why I got a severance at the end of all of that. I know that's why.
Well, no, you ain't even have to thank her. She said, "Thank me later."
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Foolishness files.
Ooh, boy.
Ooh, that's a good one. All right. Strict rules. Okay, well, it's called She Was Not Playing With Us. So some strict rules that now make sense.
Um, can't stay over at everybody's house. Can't stay over at everybody's house.
Okay.
Yeah, as a kid. Yeah. What you got?
You can't eat everybody's cooking.
Yeah, yeah. But, down south, they be like, you can't if they offer you something, you couldn't turn it down.
Mm-mm,
So that one almost is contradicted,
mm-mm,
you know?
mm-mm, mm-mm. No, but
Mm,
that's also all in you can't stay at everybody's house.
yeah. Stay at everybody's house. What's another one?
Oh, wait. Okay. Don't be throwing your keys to everybody
What do that mean?
with your car. Like be very mindful who you let drive your stuff cuz ain't nobody going to take care of your stuff like you will.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kinda that was unwritten. Yeah, you already
Mm-mm.
know.
No,
First of
no,
all
dad drilled that in me so tough. Don't
got
you
you.
be letting these look drive your car.
Understood.
So from a daddy's girl.
Yeah,
That's what I was getting. Yeah.
understood. Let's see one if I can, one that, don't leave that front door open. Don't leave that front door open. You'll get skinned alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, can't leave that
Yeah.
front door open.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, look, it took you right there. You
It
better
did.
not leave that damn door
Yeah.
open.
Well,
It's your problem.
mm, that's the house door and the car door.
Any door,
Any door.
not door, door.
Dough.
Any door.
All right. Things you got in trouble for that were actually valid. My mama or my auntie said moments. Ooh, I got one. And Barbara, as I said, I think I said her on the last episode. And Barbie. Uh, her thing is, she would call it, "Oh, you superstitious?" You're like, "What?" So the whole "you're superstitious," but she called it stupestitious because she was like, "Some of the stuff that y'all be saying, the step on your crack, break your mama's back, the black cat and all that," she was like, "Oh, she used to call it just stupestitious." So now to this day,
What
whenever
a
I
jerk.
see, like, certain stuff, I'll be like, "Ooh, that's stupestitious. Ooh, that's so stupestitious."
That's a jerk
Or
move,
the
I like
split
that.
yeah, the splitting of the pole. She would definitely say that's superstitious.
Yeah, I still don't split the pole.
Okay.
Yeah, I still don't split the pole, sorry. Sorry,
Okay.
auntie.
Okay.
Oh, one that pops out for me, you can't call nobody a lie. Oop, I wish you would. You can't call 'em a story. They just ain't telling the truth. I remember that, they just ain't telling the truth. You better not say a lie or a story.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be smoke in the city.
Yeah. Yeah.
My last one I can, that I think of is, uh when adults are talking, don't you as a kid follow their conversation as if it's a tennis match and you watching them. Because this is the most embarrassing is when you're sitting there and you're watching and mid-sentence they look directly at you and say, "Don't you look at my mouth." I remember that. Oh, stunned. Oh, that hurts the ego. I mean, my God. When they told me mine, it was all messed up. 'Cause I think I even broke down crying because it's embarrassing. And then they threaten you on the end. If you keep looking at my mouth, I'm gonna give you something to look at my you like, "What is going on? Y'all talking, I'm listening, and now I'm in trouble."
Been engaged in the conversation or nothing. I'm just here listening.
You listening too well.
That's a
Yeah,
good one.
that's my last one. Yeah.
All right, so you ready for a rapid fire? No.
Hey, hey, you heard the gunshot.
Mhm. Pew pew. Oh, yes. Okay. I'll start it off.
Yeah.
Oh, a woman, a woman you want to give flowers to right now.
A woman that I wanna give flowers to A woman that I wanna give flowers to right now, is my aunt. I'm gonna give my flowers to, my aunt Chris,
Yay!
because I'd be ready to well, sometimes I don't answer the phone, sometimes I don't return text messages, sometimes I just won't communicate, and she still does it. So, she
Mm.
deserves flowers. 'Cause I don't know how you deal with me.
I don't need the. Don't need the.
Yeah.
Woo.
Alright,
You.
let me get to it. What's a trait you're proud to carry?
I think being a giver, being generous, and that's not just monetary. It's with my time.
Okay, time.
Mhm.
I agree.
Okay. Thank you. Something you're unlearning.
From a woman or
No,
just
just for
period?
you. Just you.
Oh, respect people's time.
Mm.
I continue to learn that. Cause sometimes you be
Okay.
like, "Oh, as long as I get there." No, look, I was waiting for a while.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, a boundary you've set recently.
I have plans, and that's it. Not giving you what those plans are is I have plans.
I just wanna let you know that ain't gonna work with me. Well, now I know the secret sauce, y'all.
I have plans. Well,
When
what you
somebody say,
doing? I have plans.
I have plans." She sounds so New York. "I have plans." Everybody got plans,
I know. I want to have plans too. So I have plans. How does that chair go all the way back?
Oh, look, I be scared I'm gonna fall.
When you did the last episode, I was like, where'd he go? Goodness. I wanted to ever be where you go all the way back and it don't. You hit that flow.
I ain't with the flow. Look, y'all just don't know my dog is sitting right underneath me. Y'all gonna hear. That's what y'all really gonna hear. Okay.
Hey,
Hmm.
one word to describe black women.
Um, one word to describe. Um, everlasting.
Mm.
My bad. I wanted to write down that word. I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
Mhm, mhm.
What kind of ancestor do you want to be?
A guide.
play. I know this is the end of rapid fire, so I'm gonna do the little follow-up on it.
Okay. So a guide as far as when you think about Harriet Tubman, she was a guide to freedom. So I just want to be able to be a guide for our freedom as well.
So damn smart, y'all. I appreciate that. Well, that sums up a little bit of rapid fire. Yeah,
I
that
just
was
scared
rapid.
Cooper. Ooh, it's like
What am I looking at? If you
ah.
need help, you need help.
You okay over there? Yes, it's all right. It's all right.
Mm-mm.
All right. So we are concluding Women's History Month, but we are not
Right.
just celebrating women's history. We are actively celebrating it and becoming it. Hello.
Okay, shout out to Michelle Obama. I seen the double cover. I'm trying to throw that in there. I see how we becoming. Oh, okay.
Why do I bother? Why do I bother?
Did you get sidebar? Did you get a chance to read the book Becoming?
I'm looking at it. No. You're like,
Okay,
what was the
I'm
answer?
looking at no.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just say, oh my goodness, I'm looking at it, but no. Like
okay,
it's in my library.
okay,
There's so
okay.
many books that are actually in a row that I need to read. That's like my I need to read section.
Got you.
I need to probably just do audiobooks at this point.
Well, I was just on audio. Well, I had been on Audible, and I thought it was free. And then you gotta
No.
go back and look at those.
Nah, Lucas.
It was like
Nope.
14.99 a month.
Woo, woo.
You better check yours. I checked mine because they was like,
Mm-mm.
This payment don't work anymore because my card expired. They'll never get it again." Y'all done sucked me out of a 14.99 for 3 years? And no way, and I think I'm somebody because they keep giving me 1 free, book a month. I'm paying for that book a month. What are you talking about?
That
Uh,
credit. That
yeah.
credit.
No. No,
Oh my
Lucilla.
gosh. The day of
Hey,
the Geechee is over.
because that it's gonna be a change of play because I ain't doing that no more. But anyway,
Alrighty. We're from coming to that.
I'm just
Well,
saying.
all right.
All right.
Jeffrey, where can the people find you?
You can find me all over. No, just
Well,
just
all right.
jump right in. So you can find me Facebook under my name, Jeffrey Jeffrey, last name Booker Booker. You can follow me there. Or you can follow me on Instagram at MrFantasticWorld at Mr. Fantastic World. Or you can see us on the If You Know You Know late night show, which is on Facebook. You can either follow Ronnika or I, um, typically on Thursday nights at 10:15. We are locked and loaded. We were 30 minutes late last night because we did the verses
Mm-hmm.
prior to. So we're gonna be there. So it was great hearing from everybody. But Renika, where we can find you?
Find me on Instagram and threads, Ronika, Ronnika. Oh, excuse me, Dot Williams and Ronika Williams on Facebook and the Please Do Tell podcast. And if you know, you know, late night show. Oh, and it's just so we 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you
Thank you.
want, yeah, because we don't want you to miss out. It's a hoot and a holler. But we
If you
had
want to
fun last
participate,
night.
if you want to
Oh
participate,
yeah.
you can always come back and listen
Yep.
to us during your day. We ain't a hater. We just
Mm-mm.
expect for you to be there.
Stay up,
You look what that one
drinking
lady do.
coffee. Oh, I
That's
was
called
waiting on you at the
nonverbal.
door. So we gonna be waiting on you to join that chat on Thursday night. Thank you. So yeah, check us out, engage with us. We do talk back. So when you listen, if you're enjoying this, you need to share with a homie, to share with another homie so we can all be homies.
Absolutely.
So you need to subscribe if you haven't already to if you're watching us on the video. I mean, it's like 2 times as funny when you watch us, but if you're an audio listener, that works too. Shout out to our Spotify followers. I see y'all. I see y'all every time we upload. I see y'all. So, yeah, that's it for me this week.
So, one last thing, what you doing for, cause we're gonna be leading into Easter next time we see each other.
We are. Just be looking for pastel nails.
Okay, pastel. Alright. Now I gotta figure something out. I ain't gonna
Yes.
pastel my nail, but I may have to give you a pastel shirt or something.
Okay, well, bring it.
Alright.
All right, y'all. Until next time, this is the Please Do Tell podcast. We'll holla.
Alright.